You're listening to A Midlife Less Ordinary, the weekly podcast giving you the lowdown on becoming a cool older dude. The good times are not a faded memory. It's time to start living them again. And here are your hosts, Wayne and Trev.
Hello and welcome to A Midlife Less Ordinary. My name is Wayne and I have my very own favourite band leader, Trev, waiting to say hello.
Endorser. Band endorser. When you were doing that,
yes,
it sounded like you weren't going to take a breath. You were like, and I thought, what's he doing?
Can I at least get a couple of minutes into the episode before you start caning my style?
Just breathe, man. Just breathe. Right, ask me what I've been doing.
What have you been up to?
Nothing. I've had a couple of days off work and I've done nothing. I actually was on the couch like a sick child this morning. I laid there with my duvet over me on the couch watching films.
Excellent.
How good is that? It took me back, mate.
Yeah. Did you have a bottle of Lucasade with the orange kind of crinkly paper around it?
Some people don't think that ever come in that paper.
Well, that's conspiracy theorists again.
It is. That is. Yeah. No, honestly, it was lovely doing that this morning. Just laying there, mate.
Sometimes it's good to do nothing. It's not good to do nothing all of the time, is it? But
no,
it is sometimes when you've had enough of everything. I'm not saying you have, but sometimes it's just nice to just sit there and empty your mind of everything else. But whatever you're seeing on that little,
I don't even turn my phone on, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's good. Get away from that.
Yeah, just leave my phone there, turned off. Because normally when I get up for work, first thing I do, I make my breakfast and stuff like that. I walk in the front room, turn my phone on.
Yeah.
And sit there.
We could all do a bit of that, to be honest. And we will shortly have this episode we've been promising for a long time, but Christmas is coming, so we got our Christmas episode.
Got Christmas one, yeah.
Straight up. But we will do our Black Mirror kind of social media episode, I think.
I'd love to do that, man.
It's definitely something we should talk about.
Quite a few opinions on that.
I mean, we're all guilty of overuse or social media hijinks, but let's talk about the hijinks or low jinks, whichever way you want to say.
The low jinks and the hijinks.
But today we have the pleasure of introducing our resident Irish blues musician Jordan Dennis again, and we've got an exclusive preview of his new track Battle Cry, which actually isn't released until the 1st of Jan, so that's a treat for you. Follow on from King of the Strings as
well, man. Loving that. When he sent it to me, I was like all over that.
Yeah,
great stuff.
We've been listening to it for the last few days, and I'm sure you'll be wanting to tune in on Spotify from the 1st of January to hear it in the full hi-fi experience. And we're pleased to have Jordan, so we'll have a few words with Jordan and speak about like what he's been up to since the last time we spoke.
First time I've spoke to him.
Yeah, I think everyone noticed you couldn't be bothered to turn up for his interview last time.
I was busy on the couch, mate, watching Van Damme films. Well, in my shorts and my duvet.
If it was Scott Adkins, I could understand it, but Van Damme, he's so 1990. You know,
it doesn't matter, mate. Nostalgia, like we spoke about last week, does you good to go back.
Yeah, that's true. I can't argue with that, Trev. So I don't know what you've been up to this week, Trev, but I can tell you what's been going on in the weird world of offbeat news with the AMLO Weekly Wipe. So, Trev, I think that done quite well last week. People enjoyed the offbeat news rather than the politics.
Have we got another offbeat one then today?
I think we've got some offbeats today. We don't want to be talking about Omicron and boosters. I've had enough of all that. So let's get on to some offbeat news, some more important stuff. I know that you're into your kind of reality TV now, and I was wondering if you've been. Oh no, that's for another episode. That was on the dark web, Trev. You're not meant to mention. We edit that bit out. It's going. But we've got I'm a Celebrity. Have you been watching that? It's finished.
No, I haven't. I didn't even realise it was still on.
To be honest, I think this will probably be the last year after how this one's gone down.
The calibre of celebrities gone right downhill.
Well, there are people like Richard Madeley was in it, one of our Dicks of the Week, funnily enough. But
he got thrown off it.
No, he was in it for about 3 days, and then he made some excuse that he was having some sort of blackout or something, and they took him out. And because they took him out, he couldn't be, he hadn't he'd broken the bubble or something, so he got out. He knew that, so he still gets his couple of 100,000 and a bottle of prosecco from the co-op that he nicked or whatever he had. But,
I heard from somebody that it's taking place in a castle. Is this correct?
You don't even know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because they can't go to Australia, so they've been doing it in the castle last 2 years. But I have some news about this, and it's to do with it's mixed with pizza, and I'm a celebrity. And basically, pizza chain Domino's has pleaded with fans to stop ordering food for the I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here castle. The company posted a warning on its social media page after its branch in Rhyl, North Wales, received numerous orders to, I don't even pronounce the castle, Grich Castle, addressed to the campmates. Who does that? Who sits there going, oh, poor him, he's eating rice and beans. Let's order him a pepperoni from Domino's and send it there. They're not, are they mental?
If you were the crew there, you'd love it though, wouldn't you? Just boxes and boxes of pizza just turned up. You'd just be stuffing your guts full of it.
Well, funny enough,
you know,
this is exactly what the next line says. The production crew working on the show have been receiving and eating the food instead, because obviously the participants of the show are not meant to be eating unless they earn it. And when they do it, it's got to be a turkey bollocks or something. You know what I mean?
How cool is that they're sitting there eating like leaves and figs, and the camera crew all tucking in these pizzas
that have been sent to them.
It must be so frustrating, the smell of it hitting them, like, you know. As you say, eat your donkey balls, or we just like eat a meat feast.
But you are getting paid a couple of $100,000 to eat monkey balls or whatever it is.
Yeah, really. I could do that, mate.
In video,
a monkey ball for that.
You do it for nothing. In video footage, a member of the crew can be heard saying, "Who keeps ordering these?" as a delivery driver hands over 4 boxes of pizza addressed to Naughty Boy. Naughty Boy. That's not Richard Madeley when he's been stealing. No. That's the music producer, Naughty Boy.
This is the calibre of celebrities they've got on there now.
Naughty Boy, yeah. He's very naughty.
He's not very famous, though, is he?
Well, he's mixed off. He mixed a Beyonce song or something. I mean, he is quite well known. Right. Yeah, I mean, in that kind, those kind of circles.
Beyonce song once doesn't make me famous.
Which one was it? What song was it?
Oh, I don't know. One where she shakes her butt about. What one's that?
I think that's all of them, Trev, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I don't mind watching the videos, don't like the songs.
But please, people, if you're watching Big Brother or whatever it is you're watching, I'm a Celebrity or Strictly Come Dancing, don't sit there ordering pizza for... You've also got too much money.
If you listen to us and you want to send us pizza, then do it.
Send us pizza. I mean, we'd be quite... I love pizza. You're not such a fan, are you? But
no, I must admit, I have got into it. But yeah, if they want to send us it...
So now it's not. Now we're not going to piano bars anymore, Trev. With Liberace playing in the background, we're going to Pizza Express for our sort of liaisons.
Exactly. Yeah, liaisons. Yes,
the AMLO Christmas party is now in Pizza Express, and we'll get the little dough balls as well instead of the monkey balls.
Greasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Greasy monkey balls. Love it.
So staying with the offbeat news, my next news item is Travelodge. Another one of them famous British brands, has revealed its strangest requests from guests at some of its hotels this year, including asking where the Welsh rarebit lives and arranging afternoon tea with pandas. Again, what is wrong with these people? Another asked what time they can see the snake on Snake Pass in Derbyshire, the UK hospitality company said. And one guest in York asked a member of staff to sing in the next room to check he had a quiet room. It's got to be a wind-up. You turn up at Travelodge, you go in there and say, can I just make sure I've got a quiet room? Can you go in there and sing? It's got to be a wind-up. Surely they're going to turn up on Beadle's About or something.
All I can think about is 40 Towers.
Yes.
That it conjures up images. But honestly, mate, there is, as they say in the TV series, I know it's really got a different connotation, but there is none more queerer than folk.
No,
there honestly, isn't. Sometimes you stand there and you just think, what? Like, I know I'm quite a weird fella sometimes, I'll admit, but honestly, and I tell you what, has become.
You don't think it's just British eccentricity? You think?
No, I just think it's British stupidity. Personally,
I mean, you don't go to Travelodge and ask any. I'm not being funny. When you go to Travelodge, it's cost about 15 quid. You know, it's worse than that place we stayed with the bloke at a Grange Hill that time, where we paid about 100 for that, though, didn't we? With no windows in it, but
no windows.
It was worth it for the Grange. We haven't told that story on here, have we?
We should.
We should tell that story. We'll save that. But basically, Trev. If you leave booking rooms to Trev, you end up in some of the strangest places you can imagine and having having a drink and a game of pool with ex-Grange Hill and music stars. And Casualty stars, yeah. And it's just...
London's burning.
And London's burning, yeah. And we... John Alford, isn't it?
Yeah, we're talking about it on the Christmas one.
But yeah, let's save that for the Christmas one. That's something to look forward to. That was only a couple of years ago as well. So
it weren't long ago.
It wasn't long ago. And it was one of the weirdest experiences.
Going back to what Travel Lodge. I travel to work by the bus now. And I tell you what, some of the conversations I've heard on the bus are unbelievable. And I tell you what, I thought that I was miserable at work. Honestly, it's nothing compared to bus drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Bus drivers I'm only on there for 13 minutes. And thank God I have headphones on. But when you actually kind of just greet them with your pass in the morning, they are shocking, mate. Absolutely shocking. I know they're up early and I know and it must be a handful if you've got kids and that getting on and that. But Christ almighty, man, these people are miserable.
No, that is one job I just wouldn't fancy, even if I was living in Skid Row. It is, as you say, shift work. Most people are miserable when they're on there. You have to collect money, check passes. You're doing a lot of work for about 28 grand a year or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's awful. I do kind of have pity with them, but you know, there are other jobs available.
Well, there's no reason not to at least crack a smile now and again.
Well, they say it's a cliche, but you know, if you smile, it actually makes yourself feel better.
You're smiling, when you're smiling,
smile,
the whole world
and the world
you.
goes for you. Smile.
No, honestly, but honestly, going back to that trip, people talk some really weird stuff, honestly, and you just think. So I can understand where those kind of things come from.
Well, I really can't get... I mean, I say these are true stories. As Travelodge spokeswoman Shakila Ahmed said the company had experienced a surge in bookings across its 582 hotels in the UK following the lifting of all COVID-19 restrictions. On the bizarre requests, she said, with more Britons holidaying on British shores than ever, our hotel teams have also received a high volume of interesting requests, especially around place names, local dishes, customs, traditions across the British regions. Where possible, our hotel team will go above and beyond to help customers. No, that is not true. You're talking about Travelodge here.
What I'm going to do next room we book for a gig or something.
Travelodge.
Got to be Travelodge, and I'm going to ask for a monkey in my bathroom.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this one to do. There are some requests beyond their control, such as arranging afternoon tea with pandas, getting a shooting star to appear at 10 p.m. As if that's real. Can you get a shooting star to appear? That person must have been on serious medication.
Right.
Seriously.
That's what he was on.
Can you get me a part in Emmerdale? And getting seagulls to sing instead of squawk. I mean, I'm not being funny. That is the same person who was seriously coked up to their eyeballs and off their face on White Lightning. There is no way that that's genuine. Oh, God.
Seems like a pretty good place to be.
We should definitely book in there soon.
Honestly, that's going to be my request.
It will be your hotel of choice.
Yeah. Only be the soap.
And this is a story just for you, our third and final story of the week, Trev. And you've heard similar stories to this in the past, I'm sure. But a man has shared photos of a Christ-like figure suspended from a tangerine, as if hanging on the cross. Jesus often appears in bread and a frying pan. Have you seen these ones in the
coffee, top of coffee?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you see them in the sort of the sprinkles or whatever, and other household objects in the past, but hasn't popped up much recently. Perhaps a symptom of the Earth's materialism and greed. Oh, so he appears in bread and fruit when things are all going well, and when things are crap, he just basically pisses off and doesn't bother. Why would he appear in bread? I mean, if he appeared in bread, the Liverpool, okay, the granddad, you're the backbone of our family, the TV series, I could kind of understand it. It's his new. Do you remember that?
Go back to I remember that. I actually saw a bit of it the other day, which was distressing. But going back to it, why he's appeared in a tangerine?
Yeah. Nursing home supervisor Jean Guglielmi noticed the unusual image during a work break in New Jersey. He took photos showing how Jesus is linked to two citrus segments. which may or may not signify the unity of the Holy Trinity. No, it signifies that you have a seriously sad life, mate, and you need to get out more. That's what it signifies, isn't it? What?
Nice.
Who comes up with this? I thought the Sunday sport had gone now. I mean, and that was only good for the jugs, wasn't it?
No, I always thought it was a bit. You remember you used to lay in the park when you were a kid and watch the clouds?
Yes.
And you'd pretend you'd see whatever. One of the only good things with sort of that, it makes me think of that Simpsons, where they look up at the sky for some reason. I think it's the one where Lisa plays the saxophone with Bleeding Gums Murphy.
Yes.
And as she looks up, they've got Beethoven and Jimi Hendrix. They're playing air soccer, which was brilliant. Air hockey. Good game, Hendrix. But but even then you felt like a bit of a nutter looking up in the skies and looking at clouds and thinking, oh, that one looks like the Millennium Falcon. But why was he studying his tangerine that closely?
That's what I meant with any of these things, Trev. Why any of these things where they think Christ appears? I mean, for a start, I think you have to obviously be probably a Catholic. Yeah, you have to be a Catholic because
that does help.
Yeah, it helps. And secondly, why would you even be staring at your tangerine? You know what I mean? I mean, you're not being funny. You know, if you stare at something long enough, you can make anything manifest itself.
Honestly,
can't you?
you could. You can. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Does that go?
Apart from Heather Locklear in her TJ Hooker days, I've been trying for that one for a few weeks now. Just can't get it to appear.
Yeah. Heather Locklear. What was she in the other day that I was watching? And I was like, right, that's Heather Locklear. But yeah, no, you're right. I think it's not the thing is if you wish hard enough, you don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these people aren't trying hard enough. So there we go. There's the most important news of the week. Forget all your Omicrons, booster jabs, and everything else. Jesus has been seen in a tangerine. And coming up very soon, you'll find him in a pack of after eights. That's what's going to happen when Christmas or zeros.
Yeah. You'll break up your Christmas pudding, and Joseph will fall out of it.
I'll tell you what, for the Christmas one next week, Trev, just off topic a little bit, but for the Christmas one, I think we should have a little battle of the chocolates at Christmas next week.
Definitely, man.
I'm actually going to get some and we're going to eat them on air. Not that people don't see it, but we'll taste them and then we'll battle it out because I know your taste will be totally different to mine. And we'll argue our case.
Mine will be right and yours will be shit. That's what you're saying.
Oh, Matt, this is the man who only doesn't like, I'm the man of all sorts, not literally all sorts, but, I like a bit of everything. So let's variety is the spice of life. Let's have a battle on, and we'll do some biscuits for Christmas biscuits of the week. We'll do chocolate choices for Christmas. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we'll think of another one for that as well. So people can be informed of their Christmas eating. What about
drinkies? We could get some little miniatures.
Well, you're basically just going to go through everything, and I'll just go, I'll have that. Let's have that.
In other words, we're going to get pissed, fatter, and feel sick.
Let's do that, actually. Let's get some drink. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get pissed live on AMLO recording time. And we're going to try out the drinks and tell everyone how good they are.
How good they are. Yeah,
that
I'll go with that. So we got drink, chocolate, and biscuits now.
Cool, look at that. I've even managed to plan during recording this week's episode, the Christmas edition of AMLO's podcast. Brilliant. So that's the end of the AMLO's weekly wipe, and I've forgotten what we're even doing now. And I think now, Trev, we'll go straight into the AMLO stream review of the week and see what you've been up to. Trev, hit me with it. What have you been watching?
Hit you with it. Right. Serious stuff now. Serious medieval drama. Ridley Scott's The Last Duel.
Yes.
Very well made film. Matt Damon, Adam Driver. Is that his name? First name? Adam Driver.
The one who plays Thingy Bob in Star Wars.
Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Yes, him. Very good. Looks great. A lot of other English actors in it. And Ben Affleck's in it in a very strange role, which he's quite miscast, but he gets away with it. Very good. If you like medieval, if you like kind of gladiator set in a medieval style, it's not amazing, but it's very good. If you're a serious film buff, you like your stuff, you like it.
Is it better than his Robin Hood?
Yeah, Yes, yeah. Similar kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Dirty, muddy, kind of. The battle scenes in it are great. The actual duel in it at the end is very, very good. Basically, it's a story of like basically a love triangle where the woman in it says something goes on and blah blah. Yeah, very good. Check it out. It's
What's
on
it
Netflix.
on, Trev?
It's on Disney. It's on
Disney.
Stars. Is it Stars? That's the adult.
You can
bit
get
of
that
Disney,
through Prime, can't you? Also,
I don't know, but yeah, I think it's on. But yeah, very good. Yeah, very good. Can't knock that at all.
Okay, we'll look out for that. I say, I mean, not being funny, some of his films might not hit the mark completely, but you do know what you're going to get with a Ridley Scott movie, don't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you the only thing I will say is, like all films like that, the accents are pretty bad.
Oh dear, you got Jason Statham trying to talk American or something.
I'll get onto that one next.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah,
so nice link that.
So I'm sticking with Christmas again this year,
Yeah.
this week. Sorry, we're having Christmas. Mm-hmm. But you might have seen this already. It's 2018. I think it was for Netflix. It's the Stephen Merchant. There's something going on with Stephen Merchant because I keep banging on about him. But
I think you like him.
I do like him, and I tell you,
you like tall men. Tall men, is that your thing?
They're all right. They do the job. They can they can clean your corners without getting the step ladders out. It's always useful. But I just find him just terribly funny, and I like his sense of humour. And basically, it's click and collect. It's a wholesome holiday comedy special where two people go on a road trip. The grouchy guy, in this case, is played by Stephen Merchant. It's Andrew, softens and learns to love his annoying neighbour, Dev, and we find out why Dev is annoying. There are beats where they're sidelined and they rally to recover. There's a disagreement that almost derails the friendship they built. They make the most of the material they get in this show, and it's typical. You know what to expect. Stephen Merchant's quick-witted, under his breath, slagging off the other guy who's brash and everything. Loves Christmas. There's a mixture of sort of deck the halls going on, which I've spoke about before. It's a Wonderful Life.
There's all the vibes in it.
Jingle All the Way. It's only on for 55 minutes or something like that, but it's got a real feel-good thing. I've watched it 2 nights in a row and then watched it again because I wanted to show everyone that, because I didn't know it existed. And when I find things with Stephen Merchant, I just find them hilarious. So say, if you want a good treat and you haven't seen the film before, and I think we might have mentioned it, it's that I Give It a Year, the movie where
that's good. He's very good in that.
He does a speech in it at a wedding as a best man, and it's one of the funny. It has me in stitches. It's just every time. Good, it's just horrible and crass, and it makes you
really
cringe.
cringeable. Yeah, I love that.
If you want something really nice to watch, and again, this is safe to watch with your granny, but it's good for any age group. But it has got some good dark humour in it. Click and collect, and that's on Amazon Prime at the moment.
Nice. Right, my second one is on Amazon Prime, and it's like their big release, Wrath of Man.
Yes, we've seen
which has got Jason Statham in it. It's a Guy Ritchie movie as well. Ever so good. This is the second time I've watched it. What I like about it is it's got a quite 70s feel to it. Guy Ritchie's managed to kind of adapt a kind of 70s storyline, like Villain, the Richard Burton movie, or maybe like The Long Good Friday.
Yes.
Those kind of...
I see that.
Statham is just playing a real proper... playing himself. He's actually... The thing is, they've actually got the costumes right as well, because he's always wearing like a kind of moddy cardigan or a Harrington, or they really made him really English. He's probably his own clothes, I would have thought. Basically, it's like a revenge flick. There's a couple of dudes you'll recognise in it. There's a dude that really looks like Wayne in it, which I found quite comical when I was watching it. Very good. Quite bloody. Some quite different ways of doing stuff in it. I'd definitely go for that.
Definitely a Guy Ritchie and Jason Statham collaboration that's beats their last
I think
efforts.
If I put it like this, it's not as cool as Heat.
No. And
it's not as tacky as Den of Thieves. It's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Actually, don't be fooled by the first half hour, because you think, you've seen all this before. Once it actually unfolds, it's a lot better than you think it is.
And don't be put off by Guy Ritchie having wrote and directed that awful King Arthur thing that was out about a year.
No.
This one's a total... He must have... Actually, sometimes you need that kind of movie to come back to what you're good at. And I think this is it. It really is.
I tell you what, though, the other quick thing I thought about it is it's very made for the American audience.
It is totally.
It's like embrace the Britishness, Yanks. Yes. Here it is. That's where it felt on me. But it is good, I must admit.
Both of mine definitely worth watching. You'll enjoy that for your Saturday night flick for sure. Because you won't want to be going to the cinema now. You've got to dress up like Darth Vader in your mask to watch a film. That's my Spider-Man on Christmas Eve messed up because I ain't going to go and watch that now.
That's a shame there. It looks crap anyway. Well,
to be fair, it does, but I still want to see it. But, my second movie choice of the week is The Unforgivable. I keep saying Unforgiven, and it's one of my favourite movies. Yeah. It's definitely not that. But it's The Unforgivable, starring Sandra Bullock. Basically, the plot is Ruth Slater, a woman released from prison after serving a sentence for a violent crime, attempts to re-enter society. She must try and put her life back together again in a world that refuses to forgive her past. So basically, she killed a cop in the past, or it appears she killed a cop. That's not a hint or anything. Don't be rude. It appears she killed a cop in the past. Well, and I was getting confused. I thought it was a daughter, but it appears it's her sister. Well, she's trying to hold on to her sister. They're trying to take her off of her, and I think she's being evicted from her house. And
right. So that's not quite a happy movie.
Oh yeah, no, it isn't. And funny enough, Sandra Bullock, I mean, she does a great job at depicting a hard-edged ex-con trying to get her life ably back, but she looks like, I don't know if they've made her up like this or just not put makeup on her. She looks bloody rough. I mean, and obviously the part calls for that. But I'm not sure if this is a real mourning look or if it's just that they'd made her look that way. But it's a far cry from the days where she was the best reason to watch Speed in 1992 or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. Strangely enough, I watched that the other day. It's a good film, that still.
Yeah. And I know it's not yours, but I used to think, and Demolition Man, I thought she was good in that.
Yeah, Demolition Man's good. Yeah,
it is a good film. They're making a second one, aren't they? But I think they are doing another one of Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes impersonated a pint of Guinness in there.
You have to be careful how you depicted that. But
sorry.
No, but it's true. It is true. But yeah, it's a good film. It's one of the sort of hard comedies. She's been, you see her in a lot of comedies, but she's capable of doing a good role like this.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
And to be honest, it has a little bit of twist at the end. Definitely worth a watch if you enjoy them kind of dramas. I'd give it a good solid 7 out of 10, to be honest. So
good,
there you go. There's some great recommendations there.
I'm going to say we did well, didn't we? We didn't say anything there.
You can tell we've actually took time in watching these and actually reflecting on them, Trev, haven't we?
Yeah, didn't watch 10 minutes and start pissing about on your phone like I normally do.
I'm guilty of that as well. Yeah. We will talk about that at some point. So there's our movie streams of the week. I think now what we'll do is what we've been looking forward to all night is get Jordan on to talk about his new track and what he's been up to. So, Jordan Dennis, go and check him out. King of the Strings. Jordan, thank you for joining us today. So, since you last spoke to me, and you've got Trev here today, he's actually bothered to turn up.
I can actually speak to Jordan this time, which is great. I actually decided to get on the mic for a change.
He's been looking forward to it. Lads. So, Jordan, what have you been up to since last time we spoke?
I've just been, I think the last time we spoke there was just after September. I've been gigging. I've just been keeping busy gigging. Most weekends gigging and writing and in the studio recording. And since the last time we spoke, the debut single's been released. I've got the second single now coming out January 1st. So I suppose just the last while I've been out gigging and writing and recording and putting together a plan for this upcoming debut EP now, early 2022.
So how's the gigs going, Jordan?
Yeah, as I was saying to Wayne last time, it's a very strange time to be gigging, especially launching yourself as an original artist songwriter with this pandemic that's going on. It's just because things are so uncertain and venues are opening and they're closing and everything. But it's just been it's been a learning experience. But I've just been, as I said as well before, I've been taking the gigs where and when I can get them. Any opportunity to showcase the songs for the upcoming debut EP. And that's been going well there. I did a gig there, Sunday was my last gig, and that was my 10th gig now since August. So all things considered, it's been going well.
Seen some of the photos, Jordan, of the gigs you've been doing. It looks like people are enjoying King of the Strings on the road, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's like I'm originally from Dublin, but I'm based up here in Castleblaney, and that's where I do my recording, and that's where at the minute now, that's where I've been doing most of my gigging and showcasing the music. And Blaney will be quite known for its love of music, particularly country music, country and western music. So it's kind of like, but a lot of that's quite clean cut. So it's, as someone said to me, it's like, as I said, a neo-western, but it's like that country western that Castleblaine is known for.
So you're
a bit more edge.
So when you play, mate, do they line dance and stuff when you're there?
I have had a few women line
really
dance. Yeah.
Well, Trev's a big fan of the Mavericks. He for that reason.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
Before the pandemic, it used to be a thing up here every Wednesday at the Glencairn Hotel. You'd have line dance, and it's
really
big business.
My parents did it. Yeah, I've never actually done it. I think I'm out to get.
Just give it a couple of years, Trev. Just give it a couple of years.
Yeah, it won't be long, man. Won't be long.
So Jordan, you've kindly given us access or early access to your new single, Battle Cry.
Yeah, appreciate that. Really do, Jordan. It's really
the new
kind
track
of you.
off the EP, To Follow King of the Strings. Tell us a bit about the song, how you've conceived it, and what it's all about, please.
Well, let me see here now. Battle Cry. I started writing Battle Cry in January of 2021, and it just kind of came about. I was playing around on the guitar, and just kind of came about with a riff originally. And then, as I was going about my business, going about my day, the riff was stuck in my head. So I says, well, that's a good thing. I suppose it's catchy. And just then, in terms like wanting then to turn that riff, to evolve that maybe into something a bit more like a song. At that particular time, I think like a lot of people, I was feeling very angry with the state of the world. And what I mean by that is with the pandemic, with all the restrictions and lockdowns and the isolation and just all the stress of all that, I was feeling pretty angry. And
you can hear that in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it just
comes across like that, right?
I wanted to channel that energy into a song. And so that's
done that.
That's when I sat down then with the pen and paper and sketched out Battle Cry. And at the time as well, I was reading a book at the time about Native American history. And I was reading a chapter about something called the Indian Removal Act. And it was just about basically, Native Americans being taken off their land and be forced off their land by, like a newly established government. And I just thought that because I was reading that at the time as well, that kind of stuck in my mind as maybe a good story to tell.
Yeah, that's cool.
And paired up with I suppose the anger I was putting into the song. It just that's where the inspiration came from.
It's in bloody English again, Jordan. It's in bloody English, people.
yeah. Listening to it, Joel, when you sent it to me, I listened to it quite a bit, and I really got a kind of feeling of sort of Gary Moore, kind of the out in the fields, kind of wild frontier sound.
Mm.
That was the first thing that hit me by it. It really did. It kind of had that kind of. Yeah, the anger does come out in it. I think that is apparent, but not kind of in a positive way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Stand up for what you want. Let's go for this. It's not, not sit around. Let's go for it.
Establish a sound of your own, Jordan. I think this, one of the aspects, you've got quite a distinctive sound, haven't you, Trev?
Definitely. Definitely.
I think that comes across. Is there going to be more singles from this EP, Jordan?
Yeah, there's going to be so the EP is the plan now is the first single is released in September. The second single is coming out now, Battle Cry, January 1st. February we'll see the third single, and then the fourth single will be out in March. And the idea then is for that when the fourth single is released, that will conclude the EP. Online, that will be a compilation playlist, which will be the debut EP. But in terms of actual merchandise, when it's printed, it'll be the 4 tracks on the one CD or vinyl. So all in all, there's going to be 4 tracks.
Fantastic.
On the debut EP.
And when can people listen to Spotify and the full hi-fi experience, Jordan? When is it out for release on Spotify?
Well, it's going to be out officially on my Spotify channel on January 1st, 2022. But you guys will be playing it, I believe, beforehand. So if people want to tune in and
you've kindly agreed for us to be previewing it from today. Nice. If you're listening to it on Sunday, then
yes.
19th of December. Yeah. So you get an exclusive preview in mono. So remember.
A nice little Christmas present.
Nice little Christmas gift from Jordan to us and to you.
Yeah, exactly.
We can pass it along. So Jordan, we're looking forward to stay listening to listen to Jordan's new track, Battle Cry. Jordan, tell us what you're up to for Christmas this year.
Well, Christmas this year, I think all things considered, I'm having a low-key Christmas. Me and the missus are having a low-key Christmas, but keeping busy in the studio recording now this third track. And I've another 2 gigs now before the end of the year. So January 1st, when the single comes out the night before, on the 31st, New Year's Eve, I'll be gigging, and that'll also be a launch party for this second single. So that's going to coincide nicely. So ending this year and starting off the new year on the best foot forward, I suppose.
Brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic, Jordan. We really appreciate you giving us that.
Thanks for coming on. It's a pleasure to talk to you eventually, mate. Really is.
Thanks very much for having me on the show, Wayne and Trez. Really appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Have a wonderful Christmas to you and your family, Jordan.
Enjoy it. A new year,
and best of luck with the EP and Battle Cry. I'm sure you don't need it, to be honest, but it's going to be great.
No, you don't. No, it's too good. It's too good. That's what it is.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks very much for having me, Wayne.
2 tears and a holy fright. They come marching from the hills on high. Dog soldiers, iron horses ride. The fires burn against the black of night. The guns they sound and the bullets fly. The mothers run and the children hide. Fathers, brothers, sons fight and die. To the air of the battle cry. Tell me, who now will hear the battle cry? Tell me, who now will hear the battle cry? Order come from the government, man. Silver in their pockets and the blood on their hands. Forgotten country, they claim the land. 50 on the graves of the native world. Tell me, who now will hear the battle cry? Standing with those axes in his hand. Left to right, he's gonna cut him down, yeah. They take his life, but his fight lives on. Within the anthem of the battle song, shout it. Tell me, who now will hear the battle cry? Tell me, who now will hear the battle cry?
It's really nice to speak to Jordan again, and I suppose it was nice for you to talk to him for the first time.
Definitely, man.
He was impressed,
What a very good old boy. Real nice fella. Working hard out there, mate. Playing gigs around Ireland at the moment. I'm looking for him coming over to London. New single's brilliant, as I said. Had a sort of Gary Moore kind of feel to it. He's a young guy that's really doing something out of his age group, really, I would have thought. But to be honest, going to a lot of gigs with this sort of blues, hard rock stuff, you normally find a lot of the older guys, it sounds awful, take to a lot of younger guys. Does that make sense?
I don't know what I think about these undertones of kind of Jimmy Savile-ness going on.
Jimmy Savile-ness. No, they do, though. I think there's like, he's one of us. He's grown up the right way, listening to the right music. And definitely Jordan's obviously done that. But yeah, it's a great single. I'm looking forward to the other two. Can't wait for the whole EP to be released. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Really good single.
I hope you enjoyed it, everyone.
Yeah.
And we look forward to what Jordan's doing in the future. Good luck.
Yeah.
So, Trev, that's another episode done for this week. Looking forward to the Christmas special. We've already set out all the terms of it.
I'm going to say,
nothing to live up to now. By the time it comes to next week, we'll probably both feel so grim we won't want to do any of it. Eat chocolates. I mean, it sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Eat loads of chocolate, drink loads of weird drinks and talk about it while recording. But we'll see how we feel. But I think that's a good outline for a script there to get us in the mood for Christmas.
Definitely, man. I'll be all over that.
As usual, if you like what you heard, please go to amlopodcast.com. If you want us to do anything specific for Christmas, if you want to shout out for anyone, send us a message. We'll be happy to do that for you. Any Christmas wishes, anything Christmassy you think you would be a good idea for us to put on the show next week, give us a shout. We won't be recording for another couple of days, so you've got a couple of days to get onto it. And leave us a review if you don't mind, and we'll see you on the next one. Trev, thanks very much for your time.
That's all right. It's always looking forward to Christmas with you, mate. Looking forward to it.
See you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please leave a rating and review and visit our website at www.amlopodcast.com to check out all the links and resources in the show notes. Start living them good times. See you next time.